On today's episode, I'm going to show you how you can make some incredibly easy DIY freezer rolls. Now you guys voted for this recipe over on Instagram, and I'm super excited to show you how you can take literally the world's easiest roll recipe and turn it into a freezer roll recipe quite easily. In fact, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make one, freeze one, which means we're gonna double the recipe, make some for tonight, and use the others to stock the freezer to use at another time. Now really the best part about making these freezer rolls is you can actually make it with any recipe that you like to use. The recipe I'm going to show you today is my favorite 30-minute roll recipe. Okay, so let's just take a quick second to talk about why being able to make your own freezer rolls and having them in your freezer pretty much all the time is one of the smartest things you can do. Number one, freshly baked rolls pretty much amp up any dinner you're making, and when you're pulling them out of the freezer, you're not using any extra energy or time or cleaning up any extra mess to use it. You're just straight up super mom. Number two, taking an extra trip to the grocery store to buy rolls is not that fun. And store rolls are also pretty meh when it comes to who knows when they bake them or how long they've been sitting on the shelf. And third, store rolls can also be kind of pricey. These rolls are $3 for only 12 rolls. We're gonna make 32 rolls and it's gonna cost us under $1. Plus, when you use freezer rolls, you can pull out the amount that you need. So if all you want are 6 rolls, you can pull out exactly that amount. Remember that scene from Father of the Bride where Steve Martin's going a little crazy over not being able to match up the correct amount of buns to hot dogs? This will never be you. And then of course, when you know how to make one, freeze one, so that you're being super efficient with your time, you're gonna get all your ingredients out once, clean up the mess once, but be able to have rolls not only for tonight, but for multiple dinners in the future. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you how we're gonna do this by doubling a recipe and then making some and freezing some for later. Now number one, you're always gonna wanna start with a sink full of soapy water. That way we can easily put our dirty dishes straight into the sink, and guess what? Your sink now is doing all the cleaning for you while you're busy finishing up the recipe. Now the next thing you're gonna wanna do, especially this is good advice anytime you're doubling or tripling a recipe, is to write out the amount so that you don't mess up halfway through the recipe. Now if you have my Outsmart dinner meal planner, this is easy to do because they're in sheet protectors. So all you need is a dry erase marker, and you can write on the side the doubled amounts and then wipe it off when you're done. Now the next thing you're gonna do is get out your stand mixer with the knead attachment in place. Then you add in your warm water. Now I just use tap water and make sure that it's warm. Then add in the yeast, followed by the sugar, because the yeast loves to eat that sugar, and you'll be able to tell really quickly if your yeast is working. Then you're gonna go ahead and add in your oil and your eggs. Now you add in your flour. Now my biggest tip is to use bread flour because it's gonna give you that texture that you want, soft and springy yet nice and chewy. And for a little bit healthier, you can always do half whole wheat flour. And finally, you're gonna add in that salt. It's always a good idea to add the salt at the very end because salt and yeast don't always get along. Now you're gonna go ahead and knead your dough. Now here's my next tip, because I don't have time for that double rise business. What you can do to get out of it is to knead your dough for 10 to 12 minutes on a medium speed. And you should notice that the dough is clearing the bowl, meaning you don't have this sticky mess behind. If it's doing that, you're good to go. If it is sticking, you might want to add a little more flour, 1 to 2 tablespoons at a time until it's clearing the bowl. Now, my trick for knowing when your dough is just perfect is that it should feel just like baby cheeks. Soft and squishy, but not sticky. After it's done kneading, you're just gonna let it rest for about 5 minutes. Now for the batch you're making tonight, you're gonna wanna go ahead and set your oven for 375 degrees. And you're gonna wanna prepare your countertop. Now you could put flour on, I kind of think that can turn into a gummy mess. So instead, one trick you can do is to spray it with a non-stick cooking spray, which is a lot easier to clean. Then you're gonna go ahead and turn out your dough onto your prepared surface, and you're gonna divide it in half. One half you can bake for tonight, the other half you can freeze. Now to shape your rolls, all you're gonna do is keep pinching that dough in half, and then half, and then half again, until you have 16 rolls. And to make sure they're nice and perfectly round, you can go ahead and pinch them down at the bottom so you get that perfect roll shape. Now for the rolls you're making tonight, you're going to want to go ahead and add them into a greased 9x13 pan. You're going to place them in the oven as soon as it's preheated and bake them for about 15 to 18 minutes until they're golden brown and cooked through. Now for an even extra good tip, you can actually make these rolls at lunchtime, and instead of baking them right away, put them in your fridge. They'll be ready to bake at dinner time. For the ones you are freezing, you're going to go ahead and place them on either a greased baking sheet or a baking sheet lined with a silicone mat or parchment paper, and put them in the freezer for 4 to 6 hours. Once they're done freezing, then you just remove them to a Ziploc bag and place them back into the freezer. When it's time to use those freezer rolls, it's super easy to do. You just pull them out, place them on a prepared baking dish. Prepared meaning you've sprayed it with some non-stick spray. Then you're going to cover them with a plastic wrap that's been sprayed on one side with the non-stick spray and leave them out on your counter to rise. It will take about 3 to 4 hours for them to rise, so a good rule of thumb is to take them out at about lunchtime. And if you work or you're not going to be home at lunch, you can always pull these rolls out in the morning and have them thaw in your fridge until it's dinner time and you're ready to bake them. Now there's one little caveat to this. You should be rotating through these freezer rolls within probably 3 to 4 months, or they will use their potency. They may not rise as well, but come on, like, you're not going to use them in the next 3 months. So there you have it. Now you can be a super mom. You can make fresh baked rolls whenever you want without any of the mess or extra hassle. Now make sure you like and subscribe if you're interested in outsmarting dinner, which is pretty much all of us. And make sure you leave a comment below with what is your favorite topping on a roll. Are you a butter, honey butter, or jam kind of person? And now that you know how to make the rolls, go ahead and make it even easier by getting together with a friend and sharing the workload. You can each take home rolls to freeze and baked rolls, and you had a great time doing it.